Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. Happy Tuesday. Take a moment to just get settled, get on your mat. If you need blocks for your practice, you can grab them now. Or if you don't have blocks at home, you can just grab books or tissue boxes. You can really make anything work. Water bottles. They'll all work for the most part. So let's get started. Come into child's pose at the back of your mat. Just bring your big toes together. Open up your knees nice and wide. Oh, and one other thing, actually, if you'd like some music in your background playing, I've been really digging Soul Rising. Really, any of his albums are awesome. So if you find those, they're great for background for your practice. And then come into child's pose. And just close your eyes. Allow your hips to sink back to your heels and your forehead to rest on your mat. And just notice how you're feeling in this moment. Notice where in your body you feel this the most. And as you feel different sensations, just notice what comes up mentally. Without any reaction, just notice. It's being the observer, which for many of us with ourselves is a challenge in itself. So be the observer. Take a deep breath in. Through your nose, fill your belly, fill your lungs, your back, your chest, and then let it back out. Through your nose or your mouth, you choose as we start practice together. One of the many purposes of coming to your breath is to quiet your mind. And in the situation that we are all in now, what we are experiencing in our lives, just remembering that it's temporary. Come forward to your hands and your knees and just stack your joints, shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. And just begin to move your spine. So drop your belly, roll your shoulders back, and take your gaze up. You can even explore curling your toes under and putting some weight on the bottom of your toes for your cow. And exhale, round your back, tuck your chin, point your toes back. Inhale for your cow, toes curl under, belly lowers, gaze up. Exhale, round your back, tuck your chin, point your toes back. Breathe in. Just alternating those two poses. If you would like to move your hips, you know you have that freedom to explore your body as much as you want to in the privacy of your own home or hotel room, wherever you may be, keeping in mind that this too is temporary. These feelings, these sensations, these experiences, we may remember them, but the actual occurrence, the actual event itself is temporary. It's what we choose to do with it afterwards, with the experience itself. Find downward facing dog, toes curl under, hips lift. And just let your head drop. Spread your fingers nice and wide and press into your fingertips. Press into your knuckles. You can also press into your palms, but be a little lighter in the weight that goes into the area of your palm and your wrist, where they meet, where they attach. And relax your shoulders away from your ears. You can just let your head fall. Let it drop. Breathe in and breathe out. Pedal your legs out. And come forward, high plank. So high plank, just feel your body. Your shoulders stack over your wrists, shoulders, hips, and heels all in one line. Belly strong, glutes squeeze, inner thighs spiral back. Now, if this is too much, you can always lower your knees down. And then breathe. Just be at your best right now. Whatever that means to you, what is your best, your strongest, and your most present? For 3 deep breaths. 2, 1 more. Downward facing dog. Again, let your head fall anytime you come into downward facing dog. And at the bottom of your next exhale, step your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way to stand, arms reach high. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And just take this moment to set an intention for your practice today. It could be as simple as this is temporary. This too shall pass. Seeing the light, seeing the future, seeing it clearly. Inhale and reach your arms out and up. And just take a side bend over to the right. Any variation that feels good in your body. You can catch your wrist. Your arm can rest alongside your right side. Just see what feels good. And come back up through center and over to the other side. We're easing in a bit today. Inhale, reach up, bend back, and fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway, hands to shins. Extend the crown of your head forward as you press your sit bones back. Shoulder blades then draw into your spine. Your halfway lift set you up for your plank. So keep your upper body locked in place as you plant your hands and you step back, high plank. And let's lower down. Let's go all the way down for this first one. If you need to lower your knees, you can lower your knees and then lower your chest and your chin. Inhale, take a baby cobra. Tops of your feet press down, press into your hands and squeeze your glutes so your ribs can hover over your mat. Deep breath in, lengthen, and then lift. Use the resistance between your hands and your mat. Exhale, child's pose, press back. Hips to heels, stretch your arms forward as your hips pull back. Downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Deep, active, fiery breaths. We are tapping into you. We are using these asana, we're using these poses and your breath to tap into your physical power, your vitality, and your own personal freedom. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach out and up, stand tall. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back. High plank to low plank. Knees can go down as an option. Inhale, upward facing dog. You can also take baby cobra if you need to. Downward facing dog. Exhale, breathe in and breathe out. Deep breath in and out. We're building internal heat. Part of the internal heat's movement, part of it is breath. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank, and lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Exhale. Work to calm your mind. Work to just be in this moment. This is the moment that you can control. Exhale and step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Sit back. Arms reach high. And then sit down. And just feel this first chair pose out. Lift all your toes up. Spread them wide. And then ground down slowly through your big toe mound as the rest of your toes lower to your mat. Plug into the centers of your heels. And then pull the front of your pelvis up towards your belly button and lift your chest up. Pull your arms back so they're out of your peripheral vision. Even if you have to take them a little wider. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sit a little lower. Drop down. Fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, chaturanga, right to your low plank. All on one exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's step your right foot forward and help it there if it doesn't quite get there. Plant your back heel. Inhale, reach up, warrior one. And again, feel both feet. You know, in our practice, we're working to create a foundation. So it's not just physical foundation. We're looking to create foundation for our lives, for our relationships, for our connections, for everything that we do. You know, it's how you do anything, it's how you do everything. It's on the mat and it's off the mat. It applies to your whole life. Sink down just a bit more so you feel, or lengthen your stance. Just explore your body. And release. Step back, high plank, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Back heel plants, and then stand up, warrior one. And again, feel again. See how it feels for everything to move towards the center line of your body. To really be in this moment, like what does that mean to you? How do you shut off the chatter? You know, how do you detach from what's not serving you so that you can be fully present in whatever you're doing? Come back to your breath. And sometimes that's all we need to do. We just need to come back to our breath. And release your hands down, step back, high plank. Low plank, inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. Couple breaths. You know, you can use your downward facing dog as an opportunity to reset. It's an opportunity to begin again. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, breathe in, sit low. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, low plank. That's it. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Warrior one. Feel your heart rate, raise a little. Release. Low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot forward. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. And breathe. Just work to honor. Feel your hips warming up, hamstrings, shoulders. We're working to lubricate your joints. At the bottom of your exhale, step your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, go low. Arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Warrior one. And release. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot forward. Feel your heat building. Reach up and release. Inhale and exhale. Feel this fire we're lighting. Reach your right leg up into the air. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Stay here or flip your dog. If both of those are too much, just go back to down dog and breathe. If you're in flip dog, ground through your heels, lift your chest, lift your thighs, breathe in. If you're in three-legged dog, lift your knees, squeeze your heel toward your butt. Flip back over, three-legged dog. Extend your legs straight back. Exhale, bring your knee to your right tricep. Make contact and lift your leg back up. Right knee to left tricep. Make contact and lift. Knee to nose. Plant your foot between your hands. Warrior one, back heel grounds down. Yeah, reach your arms up. And just settle for a moment. Settle in your reality as it is. Clasp your hands behind your backs. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your chest, lift your gaze, and exhale, fold to the inside of your right knee. Let your head drop, pull your hands away from your low back. Now, if your hands don't pull far away from your low back, put a strap or towel between them. Give more space so there's more ability for you to tap into a different range of motion. Drop your hips just a little lower. And release your hands down to the inside of your right foot. Now wiggle your right foot out towards the edge of your mat. Spin onto your back toes. If you have blocks or a book, you may want to grab them. And then lower to your forearms. You're going to get right into your right hip. The bottom of your right foot can peel up like this if you need it to. It's all going to depend on, the shape of your bones and how open your hips are. And then keep your left knee up. Try to keep your left hip at the same height as your right hip. And breathe deeply. Just about 5 deep breaths in and out of your nose. And then lift back to your hands. If you have blocks or your books, you can just push them to the side and then step back. High plank, low plank, up dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Left leg lifts. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Stay here or pivot and flip. And again, if both are too much, you can just take down dog. Ground down through your heels. Lift your hips, reach your arm up. Breathe in. Open up as much as you can. Breathe out. And flip back over, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your left knee to your left tricep. Make contact and lift up. To your right tricep. And lift up. To your nose. Then plant your foot. Warrior one, reach out. That's it, ground down through your feet. Breathe in. And breathe out. Clasp your hands behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your gaze. And exhale, fold. Pull your hands away from your low back. Let your head fall. Breathe in and breathe out. Pull your hands a little bit further from your low back. And release your hands to the inside of your left foot. Spin onto your back toes and wiggle your foot out towards the edge of your mat. Grab your blocks or your books if you need them. You want both of your forearms to be at the same height. So they're either both down, or if you need to be on your hands, you can be on your hands. It just can sometimes cause unnecessary pressure on your wrists. Keep your back knee up and breathe in and breathe out. We're working to build heat, but to open up. So it's creating and working with a balance of flexibility and strength. And then throwing all the mind stuff into the mix that aids with both of those. And lift back to your hands. You can press your blocks or your books to the side. Step back, high plank, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, sit low. Feel fire. Breathe in and breathe out. Quiet, or you're getting a bath. You want a bath? Go away. Quiet. Sit low. Sit lower. Yeah, there you go. Feel fire. Bring your hands to heart center. Take your prayer twist to the right. Left tricep to right thigh. Now hook your arm and leg together and pull your left hip back. You're welcome to stay like this and work the resistance between your hands. Or you can open up your arms. You can go for your side crow if it's in your practice. Just explore your edge. You know, we all have different edges. Explore yours. Don't be afraid of it. Welcome it. Come back through center, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Separate your feet hips distance apart. Catch your big toes with your peace fingers. Lengthen your spine once you're bound. Even if you have to keep your knees bent, that's fine. Exhale and fold. Let your head fall. You can shake your head yes. You can shake it no. Just work to press your big toes into your peace fingers and then ground through your heels and pull your hips up towards the ceiling. And release your bind. Let's toe heel your feet nice and wide. Turn your toes out and squat down. Bring your hands to heart center. And close your eyes. Close your eyes. Pull your shoulders back and then notice if you're leaning forward and just kind of adjust so that you are more upright. You can always sit on blocks, a box, whatever you have. If going this low bothers your knees, just adjust so that it feels okay. One breath at a time. Just one moment at a time, feeling. Observing without reaction. Honoring and having gratitude. And it's having gratitude for this practice. It's having gratitude for the life that you have. The home that you have, the food that you have, everything that you're still able to provide yourself with. Let's begin to lift your hips so that they are about knee height. They can go a little higher. You can adjust your feet if you need to. And then just reach your arms forward, slightly up. Sit down, lift your chest, Stay here. 3, 2, and 1. Fold forward. Toe heel your feet back together and come up to chair pose. Toes are straight ahead, hips drop down, arms reach high. Breathe in and breathe out. Hands to heart center. Take your prayer twist to the left, right tricep to left thigh. And again, work your resistance, watch your right knee. Breathe in and let it land in your body so that you can then work the twist deeper. You know, once you have your anchor, once you have your bind or your bandha, you can kind of go anywhere into the pose. You know, go anywhere from here, whether it's open arms or it's side crow. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back through center, chair pose, and exhale, fold. Separate your feet hips distance and slide the palms of your hands under the bottoms of your feet so your toes touch your wrists. Lift halfway and fold. And apply pressure to the base of your hands. You know, push your toes and your feet into your hands. Feel the pressure. Stay connected to your breath. Release your hands from underneath your feet. Come right into crow pose or a plank. You choose wherever you go. Crow pose or plank. So for crow, hands are about 6 inches or so in front of your feet. Might be more, might be less. Knees press into the backs of your triceps. Hips are high. Belly pulls in. Eyes are forward. Tip forward. You can begin to just lightly lift your feet up. If you're not feeling this, find your plank and breathe in. Breathe out. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, stretch out. Downward facing dog, exhale, let your head fall. Big inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Breathe in. Open mouth. One more. All right, step your right foot forward. Crescent lunge, reach up. Ooh, reach up, that's it. Lift your back heel high. Now, if you need to adjust this, you can always lower your back knee down to your mat. Again, always honor your body. It's the best thing that you can do. It will thank you. So pull your left hip forward, whether your knee's up or down, and then pull your pubic bone up. So there might be a tiny little bend in your back knee when you do that. Just helps to neutralize your spine a bit more. Let's airplane your arms back. Let your palms face down. Shoulder blades draw in. Slight lift in your chest. So there's a little back bend in your upper thoracic spine in your chest. Root down through your right foot. Keep your left hip down and then press off into your airplane. And if when you come up, you have to draw your toes forward with you, that's okay. That's totally okay. Press through your foot once it's airborne as if you were standing on it. Slight lift in your chest. Now lift your leg higher. Bring your hands to heart center. Keep your left leg high. Now pulse your right knee, little bends. We're going to do 5 of them. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up. Now curtsy bow for 5. Left leg's working. 4, 3, 2. Feel your hip. 1. Airplane. Chair pose. Sit down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right leg over, right arm under for eagle. If wrapping your arms is too much on your shoulders, catch elbow to elbow like square dance arms or hug shoulder to shoulder. Your right toes can always graze your mat or block on the outside of your foot. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hug your legs together. Hug them in. Slide your knees just a little to the right and lift your elbows. All right, float your right knee up in front of you. Unravel your arms, reach them both high. Extend your right leg forward. Stand up straight. And lift your leg even 2 inches higher, even higher. For 3, 2, we're going right into half moon, hands to heart center. Kick your right leg back, and then catch your block or your mat with your left hand. Right leg, right hip, tips open and lifts. Right arm reaches high. Try to have less weight in your left hand, more weight in your foot, and then reach up as everything engages. Root through your big toe mound and look up. Breathe in and breathe out. Option to bend your right knee and catch your foot. If you catch your foot, just kick it back into your hand. If your leg is still in the air, lift it higher. Press through your whole foot. If you're bound, open back up. Lower your right hand down. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Dragonfly twist, left arm lifts. Open up. Option to spin to the pinky toe edges of your feet. High plank. Low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. All right. Left foot forward. Crescent lunge. And then again, you have that option to drop your right knee. Work with what feels good in your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Belly's tight. Focus is strong, let your focus be on what you want to have happen right now. That's all you control, right here, right now. Airplane your arms back. Ground through your left foot, especially the inner edge, your big toe, your heel. Right hip pulls down, so notice if your hips are not level and adjust them. And when you're ready, press into your airplane. And again, you can adjust as you need to, especially if you're on carpet. It's a little less stable. And there, breathe. Slight lift in your chest. Hands to heart center. Do 5 pulses with just the left knee. So bend for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Curtsy. 5, right knee to left calf. 4, that's it. 3, 2, 1. Chair pose. Chair pose. Into your eagle. Left arm under, left leg over. Come back to your breath. The opportunity to catch it in balance. Finding equanimity through your mind, your body, and your soul. So from your skin to your muscle to your bone, hug everything in and then pull apart, feel resistance. Unravel your arms, reach them up, put your left knee up in front of you, and then extend your legs straight. Stand up tall, bellies in and up, lift your leg higher, 2 or 3 inches higher, and then slowly kick back, hands to heart center, right into half moon. Right hand can lower to your mat or your block. Left leg straight back. Tip your hip open, reach your left arm up. Take your gaze up once you're ready and breathe that full expression. Your fullest expression yet. Option to bend your right knee, your left knee, and kick your left foot into your hand and open up. If you are kicking your foot, let your left hip press forward, the front of your left side of your chest press forward. Release your bind, open back up. Lower your left hand down, step your left foot to the back of your mat and peel open, dragonfly twist. Right arm lifts, and then option to spin to the pinky toe edges of your feet if that feels okay on your body. high plank. Side plank with your right hand down. Hips lift. Option to lower your right knee if you need to. If you want to step it up a notch, you can lift your left leg. You know, play. Whether your legs are straight or your knee is bent, your leg can go up. Lift higher, reach up, high plank. Let's go low plank, high plank, side plank. Left hand down, lift your hips, reach up, any variation you want. High plank. Breathe deeply. Option to lower your knees if you need to. Deep breaths in and out. So guys, I got tagged in one of those, 10 push-up things. But I have to do them with my knees down today. So feel free to join me. We're going to take 10 push-ups of your choice. They can be tricep push-ups or regular push-ups. Whatever you want. Let's go together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more. Hold it up. Slowly go all the way down. All the way down. Hit the deck. Hit the deck. Feel your heart racing. Feel your breath. Just check back in with your intention. Check back in with your body. If there's ever a disconnect, you can always reconnect. There's no rules that say that's not allowed. All right, let's bring your forehead to your mat. And let's float everything up off your mat. So belly draws in. Bring your feet as close together as you can get them. And then let's lift up off your mat. Shalambhasana, locust pose. Breathe in, shoulder blades draw in together. That's it, lift your chest, lift your legs. Breathe in, squeeze and release. Breathe out. All right. Let's do that again. Shalambhasana, locust pose. Forehead to your mat. And let's lift it all up. Lift everything up. Now squeeze your lats, squeeze your back muscles. So it's the muscle that's just outside your shoulder blade that wraps down below your shoulder blade into your spine. Breathe in, lengthen, and then squeeze in and release. All we need is a couple good breaths with that nice tight squeeze to build strength. To build consistency in practice. All right, forehead to your mat. Bend your knees. Get your feet behind you. Now walk your knees in so they're almost touching, because it's likely they'll deviate out a little bit, especially if you're tighter in your hips and low back. But you want to keep them straight back. So squeeze your belly, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your butt, and then push your feet into your hands as you squeeze your glutes. Push your feet, and then kick back and lift up. Breathe in and breathe out. That's it. Squeeze and kick back, lift up higher, and release. All right. One more. Forehead to your mat. Bend your knees, catch your feet again. Assume the position. Press your feet into your hands and squeeze, and then kick up. So you protect your low back, you protect your hips. Lengthen and lift. Bring your knees inward as you kick back. Squeeze and feel resistance if you notice they go out. And release. Bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs side to side. Take an upward facing dog. Or cobra, you choose. Downward facing dog. Press your hips back to counter. Pedal your legs out, let your head drop. Child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide, forehead down to your mat. Give yourself a moment to rest. If you'd like to take it upside down, you're welcome to take it upside down. We'll be here for about 15 breaths. It's a good time to hydrate, to towel off, to get more grounded, to get more present if you need it. Just observe. Remember, you are the observer. You're also the controller, but you're first the observer. And the more you observe, the more you might realize you want to let go of or change or shift or transform. It's like we get the transformation bug when we do yoga. We build heat. Heat is tapas. Tapas translates as transformation. So ultimately, this is a transformative practice. And today it's a transformative practice with you as the observer. All right, if you're upside down, come back to child's pose. Take a couple breaths and just gently massage your forehead side to side. All right, downward facing dog. Press your hips back. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale. Do that again. Big inhale. Cleansing exhale. One more. Big inhale. Empty it out. Exhale. Find your way onto your backs. You're welcome to take a supported bridge if that's what you prefer. Otherwise, lay onto your back. Set yourself up for bridge pose. Ankles under your knees, feet hips distance apart. And lift your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Walk your shoulders underneath your backs. Deep breaths in and out. Inner thighs can engage just for more protection for your pelvis. We want strong hips, not just open hips, but strong hips too. And release. All right. Now is the time. Wheel pose. We are igniting. We are in the igniting series. So wheel pose. If you are not feeling wheel, you are welcome to take another bridge. Keep your neck nice and straight. Try not to turn your head in any of these poses where we're on the back of your head, potentially the back of your neck. And come on up. Bridge your wheel. For your wheel, plant your hands behind your shoulders and then press yourself all the way up. I will not be practicing wheel today, but that's how you come and do it. Otherwise, bridge. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release. We're taking two more. Bridges or wheels, yogi's choice. Come on up. Ground down and lift up. If you're in a wheel, draw your shoulders in towards your spine and lift up through your chest, lift up through your armpits. If you're in your bridge, walk your shoulders under you. Squeeze them closer together. And release. All right, one more. Save the best for last. Bridge or wheel. We're taking 5 breaths all together in our virtual YouTube community. Come on up. Come on up wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall open wide. If you're really tight, you can put blocks under each of your knees. And bring a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. And just feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath. And again, have gratitude for this art, for this practice, this ancient practice. You know, these asana, these postures prepare us for stillness. They help us to get to a point where we are comfortable to sit still and breathe in and breathe out our clarity. They get us comfortable to really be an observer with no reaction. Happy baby. You can hug your knees in and then catch the outer edges of your feet. Pull your knees in towards your armpits and just rock a little bit side to side. You have the option to catch your big toes with your peace fingers and straddle your legs if that feels nice on your hamstrings. You can always do one leg at a time if you're on the tighter side. And then bring your legs together. Keep your legs straight up and slide your hands underneath your low back for extra cushioning. Legs are straight up. You can lift your head if you'd like to and feel your belly button pull in and up. Lock and engage your belly. Deep breath in. Lower your right leg so it's about 2 inches above your mat. And then lift back up and lower your left leg. And up. Right and left. Right and left. That's it. Just continue to alternate. And some of you might feel this immediately, and some of you it might take a little longer to feel. And that's totally okay. You just kind of have to embrace the moment. Each day is different, so keep that in mind. Each body is different, you know, from our bones to our muscles. We're all built differently. Let's go one more on each side, one more on the right, one more on the left. Feet are together, big toes together, heels apart. Feet are awake. Deep breath in, lower your legs 30 degrees. Lower them 30 more. 30 more, 2 inches above your mat. Tap your heels for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow lift. Big toes together, heels apart. Breathe in, lower 30 degrees. 30 more. 30 more. Tap your big toes together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lift. All right. Feet are like 3 or 4 inches apart. Press through your heels. Engage your inner thighs. Deep breath in. Lower your legs 30 degrees. 30 more. 30 more. Crisscross your ankles for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up. Hug your knees into your chest. Give them a good squeeze. Rock a little side to side. Let's rock and roll forward and back. Rock and roll your way to a forearm plank. Your knees can be down if they need to be. Just always honor your body. Honor, honor, honor. So if your butt's up here, level it out. Use your screen as a mirror. Belly pulls in and up. Deep breath in. We're going to do some little hip dips. So feet stay where they are. Little turn to the right. Turn to the left. Right, left. 8, 7, 6, very little movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here, breathe deeply. 3, 2, 1, high plank. Low plank, up dog, stretch out. Downward facing dog, exhale. Step your right foot forward, come up, warrior 2. Warrior 2. Front knee's nice and bent for now, long stance. Reverse your warrior, right arm reaches back. Now straighten out your right leg. Keep reaching back. Triangle pose. Grab your block or your book if you need it. Place it on the outside of your foot. Press your pelvis towards the left wall. Reach up and look up. And then adjust your body as you need to so you feel a nice stretch through your inner thighs, but you also feel a nice stretch right about here. Through your left side, from the left hip. And breathe in and breathe out. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, warrior 2. And get nice and long in your stance, sink down. Sink down, reverse your warrior. Stretch through your side body. And then straighten out your leg as you continue to reach back. Triangle pose. Lean forward and then hinge. Grab your block again if you need it. Right arm reaches high. Eyes are up. Breathe in and breathe out. Get where you can. Again, you observe and you control in bits and pieces. But your focus should be on right now. No reactions. Non-reactivity at its finest. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Downward facing dog. Bring your right knee to your right wrist for pigeon. Left leg extends back behind you. And then allow yourself to fold. You can put a block under your forehead or your forearms if you need to. And breathe in and breathe out. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Work to soften. Edges will present themselves. And edges are not a bad thing. I love a good edge. I talk about it a lot in class. But we want our edge to continually be changing. Because we're growing individuals. We're ever changing. Right? Ever improving. And this is just one tool to help us get there, to help us go a little bit further. Let's walk your hands back up, sitting tall. And press to down dog. And bring your left knee to your left wrist for pigeon. And of course, you can always do this on your back. We did not mention that on the other side. You can come onto your back And cross your left ankle over your right thigh knee in this case, and then fold if you haven't already, and then pull your leg in towards you if you haven't already. Otherwise, again, just find that sweet spot. Try to relax your neck, your jaw, pretty much all the areas of the body that tense up. Couple more deep breaths. And walk your hands back up, sitting tall. Take one more downward facing dog. Just to even everything out, pedal your legs out, shake your hips out. And lower to your knees. Swing your legs around to the front of your mat. And bring the sole of your left foot to your right inner thigh. Inhale and reach your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Catch a hold of your foot or your ankle if you have a strap or a towel or shirt. Really anything from home will work. And then just let yourself fold over your leg. You feel like you have tightness in the left side of your low back. You can take your left hand and catch the outside of your right ankle or foot and just kind of pull into that little bit of twist, a little more stretch. Come back up through center, switch legs. Arms reach up. And exhale, fold forward, catch your foot. And again, lengthen and then fold over your leg. And if you'd like to feel a stretch on the left side of your low back, you can catch the outside of your left foot or left ankle with your right hand to feel a stretch on the right side of your low back. Couple more deep breaths. Sit up nice and tall. Extend both legs out in front of you. Make sure you feel sit bones below you. Arms reach up. One more forward fold. Catch your feet or your ankles. Lengthen your spine and fold. And inhale, sit up. Plant your hands behind your hips. Fingertips face your hips. You can take reverse plank or reverse tabletop. So straight or bent knees, up to you. Just tuck your butt under, lift your chest up, open the front of your body after all that hinging. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release your hips down, lay onto your back. Knees can hug into your chest. And then let your knees fall over to the right. Any variation you prefer. The back of your left shoulder presses down into your mat. And then work your twist. You can bring your right hand to your outer left thigh, left hip, and pull it to the right as you twist. And then just explore that midsection between, your armpit and your hip and see how you can find a deeper variation of the twist for your body. Bring your knees back through center and let them fall over to the other side. Back of your right shoulder presses into your mat. Your gaze can be over your right shoulder. And if you like that extra self-assist, just bring your left hand to your right hip, right thigh. You can pull your hip and thigh over to the left as you reach your right arm further to the right and press down. And then again, you work the twist between, your armpit and your hip bone. And then come back through center. Take your legs straight up. 5 deep breaths with your legs in the air. Slowly lower your legs down to your mat. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, empty it out. Do that again. Empty out. And remember, the observer changes the observer. So you have all that power. You change yourself. You change your perception, your perspective, and you transform. Shavasana. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes as you bring awareness back into your bodies. Stretch your arms up over your head. And hug your knees into your chest. And roll to one side. Take this moment, honor your practice, honor your body, honor your breath, your intention. Gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Hands to heart center. Eyes remain closed. Thanks so much for joining me, either live or if you're catching this at a later time. Thank you for joining me. I apologize for my assistant who was not behaving today. But life happens. So enjoy the rest of your day, your night, whenever you are practicing, and I hope to see you soon. Namaste.